We are in Lisbon, in the Jardim da Estrela, with João, Gonçalo and David of the band TV Rural. And I want to ask you something about your band. So why this name, TV Rural? Where coming from?
Well, it's a name. I don't remember when we found that name, but I think that it's because it's a name of a TV show, an old TV show when we were kids, and it was a show that preceded the
animation series.
Yeah,
the cartoons we saw early in the morning.
And all the kids of our generation used to have to see that show.
To wait
for the animation.
It was about agriculture
and we at some point we remembered that name
and you liked
and we thought it was funny, like the opposition between the TV, something from
technological,
technology from the city, and something we were living, and the music that we were supposed to be doing, being Portuguese, and it had something related with that.
Okay, and can you tell us about the history of your band? When did you join, and so far what have you done? How many records and so on?
We joined in the year. We used to have a band in high school before the name TV Rural. And in the year 2000, we changed our name in that time for this name, and we started to sing in Portuguese. That was the main difference to the previous band.
Yeah, we used to sing in English like a lot of bands in Portugal. There was a lot of bands singing in English, and at the time we thought, why not sing in Portuguese? It's our language. It's a language. As you can see, we don't speak English. so why should we sing in English?
A reason.
There's no reason.
This explains the reason why we have to think every word. So then we started to make some demo tapes. Very bad recorded. In 2007 we recorded our first record.
More or less, first record. But it's our first record. The first record.
Named Filomena Grita. And last year we recorded our second record. In fact, it is the record we are most satisfied with. So, in a certain way, it's our first record, and the other one was our number 0.
I think this record was the first time that we can now hear our record and say, okay. This is something we do. It reflects what we want to sound like for the people.
And how do you sound like? For people who don't know you, if you want to describe your sound, how would you?
It's a rock band, but we have many influences. I don't know. We began to hear music from the 90s. The bands from Seattle.
Before that, we listened what our fathers put us like
everything, Brazilian music,
Old Portuguese music,
traditional music.
Jazz.
The singers who fought the
regime.
The regime.
Revolutionary music, Portuguese.
We used to hear that, and we still hear that. So
all of these are in our music, I think.
But if we have to say something about our band, I would say it's a rock band, a Portuguese rock band.
Yeah.
Portuguese because we sound very much like the music that we heard.
So being Portuguese is how to say
It's a characteristic.
a characteristic of your band.
Very important.
Yeah, so you feel that this is something that how to say define define your music. Okay. And what do you think about the musical scene in Portugal and in Lisbon in particular? That for us, that now we are discovering all this world is really amazing.
I think that it has grown. It's been growing for the last years a lot, really a lot. More bands, more creativity, more. I don't know. If we compare with the time that when we started, it's really bigger
and completely
different.
With the new ideas, a lot of variety of ways to compose music.
And is it easy to make music in Portugal, to be musicians? Is it there are chances to?
It's very bad.
No, it's not easy at all.
It's easy to make, not to live off music. No, it's very difficult. Very difficult. And it's getting worse and worse and worse.
You mean with the crisis is getting worse?
Yeah.
So this is affecting all the
really effective. But I think it shows that the musicians we have, particularly in Lisbon, they do this from a passion point of view.
They're very motivated.
Exactly.
Because the majority don't earn their lives
out of music.
They have to do something else at least. They can do music, but have to do something else. A lot of people.
A lot of
or do a lot of things inside of music. There are not many people that live off one band, one project. Like musician. Maybe that's why there's so many bands around, because people are trying to do new things, explore.
And okay, you have a lineup that is more or less defined, but you also have a cooperation with other musicians.
In this record, we have invites very. I don't know, 5 musicians, 5 or 6 musicians. All of them our friends, because I think it's a very important part of our music. It's based on. It is based on friendship, and I think that's.
Some of the people that played in the record, that recorded in the record, have belonged to the band previously. So it's normal for them to play with us. It's and others, all of them are like known people. We didn't invite like some musician we knew from being a musician. All people that sing or play.
But all of them excellent musicians.
Yeah, exactly.
So we joined the useful and the pleasant.
And how many concerts do you make during 1 year, for example? Your
That's
live
the weakest
activity.
link in our band. And I think in general, because I don't know. We play very few.
5-6 concerts in a year.
Yeah, very few. I think if we have a circuit of places to play, it would be much easier to how do you say, to pass the message, not message, but the music. And that's not very easy here in Lisbon, in Portugal in general. With the context of the crisis, even worse. So we have to sometimes, how do you say, we transform certain places there are not for playing in concert, or the lineup of the band, we transform that lineup in something more acoustic. So you can play in other places.
Smaller places.
Yeah, smaller places.
I have played with 2 other bands here outside in the middle of the garden.
Places that initially don't have conditions to play. We have to force some other formats to lineups to play.
I think other reasons to do few concerts only is that our music is not very commercial music to big stages or like the West and very big festivals.
As you said, it's like underground scene. Lisbon's underground scene, so it's very difficult to have to play in other type of gigs.
If you want to play much, you have to be well known, very well known.
And have a song on the radio, something that everyone knows and everyone sings.
That well known.
Have you ever been abroad, playing? I mean, making concert abroad?
No.
Foreign.
No, never.
Never.
Just Portugal. We sing in Portuguese, and there's rock music everywhere.
Brazil,
Angola.
We are ready to go.
We want to go. Italy.
Yeah, why not? Yes. And what about your label, Chiffre?
Chiffre, yes.
Which means something like horn, trumpet, and something like that. Horns.
No, it's the symbol of rock and roll.
Okay. And how is Chiffre? How to work with them?
Chiffre is like an independent label that is trying to do something different. Like probably due to this crisis, everyone is trying to think different. They're trying to think, making something like from home, people that are known, like trying to make a family spirit. And, it's very good. I think it's so far. Besides the concerts, but it's difficult. The label, we have the records selling on the stores, but no one buys records nowadays in Portugal, so there's no money for that.
In general, they think more about the musicians, and they are closest to the musicians than a bigger label, major label. They are, that's the main character of Chiffre. That's fine, because if we have to go to a major label, we at some point we
We'll miss that part.
Yeah, we will miss that closeness of a smaller level.
But I think also the possibility to do what you want. I mean,
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
I think you are completely free to what you wouldn't be with maybe a bigger label.
And that's very important for a band like us. We do what we do and we want to do.
And you have a producer, an artistical producer when you record or you produce your...
We thought about that
The recording stage, but
at the recording stage of this album, Balada de Coyote, but we preferred to do ourselves. We have something like a friend.
But once again, a friend that was in the studio, like making the bridge between the band and the studio technician.
Something like a co-producer, but not a producer.
The produce
a technical assistant.
An advisor.
I was like, this you should sound like this here, probably, but
not so deep that we consider him
The
a producer, because we have long history, band stories and links between us that make us at some point how do you say that? Not very easy to penetrate in our.
It's a very solid, close structure. So, and when we went to the studio, we had work already pre-production, and we knew exactly what we wanted to sound like, what we wanted to, but we needed someone that knew more than us to help us achieve that. So he made that role. If you want to sound like this and if you want to go that way, we should do this or do that. And help like planning, being we have to skip the guitars, have to play a vocal, skip the vocal, we have to do that.
I think we are very hard with ourselves in the composition parts, and we discuss, and we are very democratic, but also very
self-critics.
Yes. So when we get to something, we know that's what we want. So for us, there's no big need for a producer to come and tell us, you should do that, or that part goes there, you don't play that. No, we do that a lot, so we produce ourselves.
It's something that at least I think that in the future it's not to put aside, because you can achieve more with the different. You can achieve different with the producer.
Yes.
So in a future record, I would like to work. I don't know if I'm talking about the next record or
maybe in the future.
In the future, I would like to work TV Rural with a producer. Personally.
Okay. Of course, it must be a person that whose music you like, whose style, whose.
And we have to work in a different way that we have. So it's fine for us, because we are. I think it's a way to get better, to getting better,
to evolve.
To evolve, as a musician.
And how do you compose your songs? Will you stay all together and then something happens, or
many different ways?
Yeah, we have songs that's
some start like one has one musical idea or some lead, and he takes it to the rehearsal, and everybody works around that, and we make a music out of that. Sometimes there's like a whole idea, intro, verse, chorus, we should do this, should do that, and we have a line already. Very different ways. There are some ideas come from the Vijacinto, Vasco Viana, Trata, very Gonçalo Ferreira.
But there is the contribution of everybody to the final result.
Product. Yes, it's always.
I think this is very important for a band.
Of course, even in the lyrics part, we have contributions.
Small contributions here and
Of
there.
everyone, yeah.
Or at least we discussed what we want to.
Something. Sometimes the
What's the idea behind that song? What's
the ambient,
yes, what message? Not necessarily some specific message, but
What image
yes,
this sound
should create on someone who hears that. Yes.
The majority of the lyrics it's written by the singer David Jacinto, but he's very democratic even in that part of the composition.
And just a curiosity, what do you know about Italian music? I mean, not speaking about Eros Ramazzotti or Laura Pausini. I mean,
Very little.
what arrives here of our underground scene?
No, I don't know.
Zucchero is the biggest.
One of the biggest, yes. Yes, maybe the most international, yes.
Yeah, the most international.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now he's in Cuba making a record.
Okay.
But yes, probably the underground scene doesn't go
I remember
out of the
hearing,
borders.
a 70s Italian funk band, which I can't remember the name, but I really liked it. But I don't know Italian rock music. I don't know what is being made today in Italy.
So when I left this interview, I will
Go home and see Underground.
search for Bandcamp.
Okay, maybe after I can give you some advice, I can write it down some bands.
Where are you from?
From Naples. Naples. Town of Naples. Yes.
My
My brother-in-law.
brother, sister.
Sister.
My sister-in-law is Italian. So
From where?
from an island.
Sardinia.
From Sardinia. So probably I should know better more. But
In Sardinia there is an outstanding tradition of voices, of multiphonic voices, like also in Corsica, you know, these multiphonic chorus. Very interesting, very interesting. Tenores is this particular way to, they make this polyphony with the voices, and it's really interesting.
do you have underground scene also?
You mean in Sardinia or in Italy? Yes, of course there is.
Interesting underground.
Not so. I don't know if it's interesting, but of course there's something. There's something.
I will certainly search.
Okay. And just to finish our interview, which are your further projects?
New record.
We are working in new music.
New record, more gigs, play. That's what we like to do. That's what we do.
No, but in concrete we are we are working now in new songs. We are in the good way for a new record. We hope to record that record probably in the end of the year.
We get the money.
Yeah, but we have to have money. Have to have money, and we don't have money. So we are
Schiffer doesn't put money.
No, they can't.
It's very small in underground scene. There's no money.
They help with the promotion things and the edition of the physical edition of the record, but they don't have that kind of budget to.
You can reach Charlie Brown.
You can reach Charlie Brown.
So, okay, thank you very much, and all the best wishes for your activity, and we hope to see you in Italy some
We'd love to.
time.
When you're better
talk
than
with you.
that.
Okay.
Sorry for our.
No, it's your English is very good. Okay. Okay.